Yeah, this was the plan B, which came with its own set of thorny issues. But this is really a defeat for the German Chancellor Friedrich Merz and Commission President Ursula von der Leyen, who absolutely did not want to use that plan B. They were pushing for the use of the frozen Russian assets. But as the package mentioned, Belgian Prime Minister Bart Wever was worried about the legal repercussions of using that money, which is mostly based here in Belgium, on Belgium itself, on Belgian taxpayers. And then Italy's Prime Minister, Giorgia Meloni, suddenly joined the objections as well. And it became clear last night that they were just not going to be able to get over those objections. So Bart Wever went out of the hot seat and Friedrich Merz, Chancellor of Germany, went into the hot seat because he was objecting to this Plan B. Germany has always objected to common EU debt. You'll remember from the Eurozone crisis days. This was the big fight that Germany eventually won. There were no so-called Eurobonds issued during the debt crisis. Eventually, they did do some joint borrowing for recovery from the COVID pandemic. That did open the door, but Merz said, no, absolutely not. We're not doing that for Ukraine because Germany and other wealthy Northern European countries are wary of taking on joint debt with the poorer countries of Europe's east and south. Nevertheless, Merz relented. But the next problem was that unlike the frozen Russian assets, which could have been voted through by majority, using this joint European debt needed a unanimous vote. And Viktor Orban, the Prime Minister of Hungary, vetoes everything that would give money or assistance to Ukraine because he says that is unnecessarily prolonging the war, which Ukraine should give up now in order to have peace. In the end, they got him over the line, but only by agreeing that Hungary itself will not be part of this joint borrowing, nor will its two allies, neighboring countries, Slovakia and Czechia. So this will only be done for 24 out of the 27 countries. Nevertheless, this is a big climb down from Viktor Orban because he had insisted that he would veto this no matter what because he is opposed to the principle of giving money to Ukraine because it prolongs the war. So this is you could say this is a loss for Viktor Orban, a loss for Friedrich Merz, a win for Bart Wever and Giorgia Meloni, and a win for Washington, which was furiously lobbying against the use of these frozen Russian assets because as they saw it, that was interrupting the developing peace plan that they've been working on, which has its own plans for the use of those Russian assets. So there are definitely some winners and losers coming out of this emergency summit last night. In the end, though, it should be stressed, 90 billion is not enough. It's not up to that 210 billion that Ukraine needs, according to the IMF, but it does at least get it past this deadline of April when Ukraine was going to run out of money. So this does buy some more time. However, it's not enough. And this will hurt Ukraine in the negotiations for the peace deal because Russia will see that Ukraine was unable to get that full amount of money that would have kept it going for another 2 years.
All right, Dave, get yourself a cup of coffee. I'm going to bring the viewers up to speed on the other movements from Brussels, and we'll be with you again in a couple of minutes. So the EU also